That's all I need. I don't need anything else.
Then don't complain afterward of what you don't have.
I'm competent to pack myself. I don't want you to get any more fatigue.
I'm well enough to put a few things into your suitcase, and before you go, I have a few things for Susie.
I hope I don't embarrass her. I know she's always wanted me to write more serious matters.
Why, dear youth, are you nervous about this speech?
I don't know why they asked me. I have no advice worth hearing. Well, I can't find the corn cob. I can't go without it.
You must have left it in the kitchen. You've got plenty of time to make your train.
Maybe it's not in here.
Look on top of the pie safe.
Maybe they can get someone else to speak.
Sam? Sam? It was here, in the suitcase.
Oh.
Miss Cecilia Adams has distinguished herself in economics. Miss Laura Esther Whitman, history. Miss Charlotte Wilson, English.
Thank you.
Miss Amelia Shepard, philosophy.
I would like to add...
My father says Mark Twain is little more than a buffoon, better suited to the minstrel show than a graduation podium.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear your remarks.
I have a $20 gold piece in my purse that says Mr. Twain will impart nothing more than anecdotes and jokes. And that at least 10 people will leave from boredom before he's finished.
You have a wager, Elizabeth?
Miss Susan Olivia Clemens. Henrietta Timmerman.
Thank you.
Miss Jeanette Smith.
Well done, Susie. We're very proud of you.
Miss
Not too
Audrey
many jokes,
Rupp.
Papa, please. And wear your hat. Remember, I suggested you speak here today. Make me proud.
Miss Prudence Watson, mathematics. Ladies and gentlemen, it now gives me great pleasure to introduce the celebrated humorist and author of such works as The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, and of course, Innocents Abroad. Mark Twain is also known as Samuel Clemens, and he is the father of Miss Susan Clemens in our graduating class. But now, without further ado, I give you Mark Twain.
Ladies and gentlemen, and new graduates, as I look out across your shining faces this day and see my own daughter Susie among your number, I am moved to take advantage of this rare situation to impart some advice. Not that it is a rare situation for me to give advice. Some might argue that it is all too common, but rare in the fact that this time my daughter Susie has little alternative but to listen. But today, each of you faces the task of starting the search for your life's work. I believe it may serve some purpose to acquaint you with my own adventures as a young man when I was in the West. I was not far from the age of most of you when I began my search for my life's calling. Though search connotes intention, of which I had none. I'd served approximately 2 weeks in the Confederate Army when it had become clear that due to my lack of experience, I was a greater threat to both myself and the Confederacy than I was to Mr. Lincoln's forces. So I left off soldiering. At the same time, my older brother Orion had procured a position as secretary to the governor of Nevada. So it seemed an opportune moment to go along. That was uncivilized territory in those years. It was full of desperados, Indians, and other assorted dangers. In short, full of opportunity for a young man whose anatomy consisted of a nose for trouble, eyes blind to the truth, and a gullet big enough to swallow any get-rich-quick scheme. That was me. I had intended an excursion in that wild country for perhaps 3 months. As one thing led to another, I journeyed there for some 7 years.
Follow me, Sam.
That's the last one. To the help.
Sam, you're gonna have to figure what you're gonna do pretty soon.
Well, I can't say as I got a particular feel for anything quite yet.
It's not about feel, Sam. You gotta have a plan for the future. That's what I'm getting at. You gotta put your oar in and make for shore somewhere. Otherwise, you'll just drift. Now, I'm gonna be the secretary to the governor of Nevada. It's a start that's gonna lead to something else. It's the beginning of a plan.
Well, I'm gonna be your assistant, aren't I?
Being an unpaid assistant is not classified as a career.
Do you not want me to go with you?
I want you to go. You're my brother. The point is, you can't go on aimlessly forever.
All right. Here's my plan. I'm gonna be rich. I don't know how yet, but I am. In the meantime, I just figured I'll tag along with you and have some fun.
Well, I don't suppose there's anything wrong with that for a few months.
Not a thing in the world.
They say they got jackass rabbits out there as big as dogs.
Supposed to be able to go up in the mountains and just pick the gold right up off the ground.
Desert out there, just like in Arabia.
Excuse me, sir.
The stage leaves at noon.
How you gonna get our baggage on the coach with all that mail?
I ain't.
But if it doesn't go with us, then how will it go?
Don't matter to me.
But we each paid $150 for a ticket.
Well, that's the price for you and 25 pounds of carrot.
What about the rest?
The rest, I suggest you ship back to wherever it is you came from. But if you ain't back here by noon, you might as well go back with it.
I'll give you 8 bits for the top end.
You have to take the statutes book.
I've got my own mess to take.
I could leave my kid gloves, I could leave my patent leather shoes, but you can't run a territory without the laws. I need the statutes book.
If you need it, you take it.
You're my assistant, and I'm telling you to take it.
I'm your unpaid assistant, and I'm telling you to leave off while you still got a brother.
Hey! Where are we supposed to sit?
You can sit wherever you like. Of course, if I was you, I'd sit inside.
There's no room inside. It's full of mail.
I know we got to leave here with the mail. Some's for Brigham, some's for Carson City, some's for Virginia City, and quite a bit is for the Indians.
The Indians get mail?
Oh, yeah. And they get powerful upset if they don't get what to read. Get in or not, we're leaving right now.
So we were on our way, leaving everything we knew behind, while there ahead of us lay the wonderful world of the sweet unknown. The mailbag sat at the most comfortable seats, while Orion and I shared a bench with a silent stork of a man called Mr. Bemis. We bowled along at the princely pace of 8 miles an hour towards our appointment with the distant horizon, beyond which lay our destination, Carson City in the territory of Nevada. As the miles eroded beneath the rolling wheels of the stagecoach, I felt a quiet excitement build within me. This was the adventure of my young life, and I couldn't wait to see it, to taste it, to feel it, and to breathe it all in. By the evening, we were 60 miles, 6 changes of horses, a change of drivers, and it seemed a whole world away from St. Joe. The stagecoach line provided travelers with a station house at regular intervals, and as we pulled into the first one on our route, we were all looking forward to a hearty dinner.
Have a seat, help yourself.
Welcome, fellas. Having supper?
The meat looks spoiled.
Then help yourself to the mustard.
Coffee?
After dinner, we volunteered we were going all the way to Nevada. And that's when we first heard of a terrifying man known as Mr. Slade.
Meanest man any of us is ever likely to meet this side of Hades. Last I heard, he'd killed some 26 men.
He killed 26 men?
Of course, I ain't heard lately.
And he works for the stage line?
His first was a man on the wagon train he was coming out here with. Seems they got into some kind of an altercation. Pretty soon, one man was calling the other one out, and then they got to backing up. Then soon enough, they each drew. Now, Slade was beat here, and so he began to protest that it was a shame to waste life on so small a matter as the one that had led to that argument. Slade proposed that they both put their pistols down and settle the matter with a fist fight. Whereupon, Slade laughed at the man's simpleness and shot him dead.
Let's get, gents.
That'll be $1 apiece, fellas.
Our journey would last almost 3 weeks of 100 miles a day. At times the stagecoach rocked like a cradle. At times it balked and shook like a man going to confession after 10 years at sea. But the rolling hills, the high grass, the unseen force of fate drawing us ever nearer made my heart glad with anticipation. We next paused at a destination distinguished mostly by its lack of any discernible landmarks.
Why are we stopping?
I figured. Thoroughbrace is broke.
Evidently, a thoroughbrace, whatever it is whole, is entirely useless broken. But our conductor seemed to view its failure as a stroke of destiny.
Luckily, it broke right here, where the Indians take delivery of their mail.
I confess that up until that moment, I had no idea the Indians of that time were such avid readers.
This belong to you, or should it be more mail for the Indians?
But we soon realized that our conductor took an arbitrary approach to delivering the Indians' correspondence that had less to do with any particular address and more to do with preserving what was left of our dear thoroughbrace. Our next stop gave me a whole new appreciation for all that dirt I'd walked on for so many years. I thought the stuff completely uneducated, but here someone had taught it to be a house. It was the first time that any of us had seen a house with its front lawn on the roof. After we had partaken of our victuals, the station keeper inquired about our firearms, if we had any. Now, this was Indian territory, and Slade's station was up yonder to boot. Orion and I weren't carrying any firearms, but our silent friend, Mr. Bemis, turned out to be the proud owner of an Allen pistol. Rather than the cylinder rotating, the barrel did all the traveling. And this made its operation something of a wonder, and its accurate aiming a complete impossibility.
Hey! You shot my cow! You shot my cow!
It seems the Allen pistol had caught something entirely different from what Mr. Bemis had told it to fetch. Turned out the station keeper had a special affection for that cow, and none of us were going to be leaving until Bemis paid for the damages. And having paid for it, Mr. Bemis was insistent that we take it along, which made that shot from the Allen pistol expensive for all of us. Luckily, Mr. Bemis was only going as far as Devil's Gate. He and his prize cow left us there as we moved thankfully on.
Pony! Pony! You just want to see the Pony Express? You just want to see a real human miracle? That there is the Pony Express! Pony! Pony! Ride it, boy! Ride it! Look at that boy ride! Oh, that's it, Skip! Here he comes!
Wonder what they're doing at home right now.
They're not doing this.
I'm gonna tell you something, Sam.
You're always telling me something, Orion.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you something you don't already think you know.
Right?
I may be the one with the appointment to be secretary to the governor of Nevada, but Mama has always believed you are the hope of the family.
Mama never told me that.
She told me, I'm telling you. And that's why I've been on you, to do something with your life instead of leaving the whole thing up to chance.
You're the only one who's gonna amount to much that I can see.
Think on it.
I'm sending you a letter, Mama. And put it right here in this stream. Must flow into the Mississippi sometime. Come by Hannibal. I didn't know you put any hope in me. It's hard for me to set my sights on one spot. To do like Orion says, pick a place on the riverbank and put in. I like the way the river just flows. Going where it's going. It doesn't seem to worry it'll end up anywhere. But if you think it's important, then I'll give it some attention.
Come on, Sam. We're on the road.
That's me.
We were halfway through our journey and had passed through the plumbing of the territories, hot springs, cold springs, and big wash basin, and were now 100 miles south of the Great Salt Lake. There we were joined by a stranger with an unmistakable air of experience about him, who seemed happy to acquaint us with all kinds of things he knew, except his name.
Well, might as well make ourselves comfortable. It ain't gonna get any cooler. Ooh-wee. Now, I ain't much on giving advice to folks on this and that, but y'all look like good soldiers, and I just thought you should know it's best to steer clear a slave.
Which station is he in?
Yeah, you never know. They move him around from one to the other because he's so practiced at keeping the peace.
Have you ever seen him?
Sure have. I was in a bar in Overland City. A nice establishment, peaceable, you know. The barkeep was just cleaning up and minding his own, and this man comes in and orders up a brandy. The man had a gun here and a gun there. And he gave you the feeling that he just might have a couple more somewhere too. Barkeep says, I'll be right with him, just as nice as if he's talking to his mom. And it didn't take more than a giddy up to get done and down to the man who I later found out was Slade.
What can I do for you?
Now, I believe that here, the barkeep made his first real mistake when he asked Slade what he wanted, among other things. Slade did not like to repeat himself. The barkeep had to get up on a stool to get the brandy Slade was looking for.
This what you're looking for? Just pour it. Hold up. Again, one for you.
Here's yours, but I don't want none, thanks.
You saying you won't drink with me? Or there's something wrong with my choice of whiskey? Something wrong with it?
No, mister, it's fine.
So you won't drink with me? You got trouble hearing? Maybe I'll have yours.
It seems he hadn't gotten it swift enough. In that next instant, that barkeep was the deadest man that ever lived. And then Slade cut his ears off. He said, maybe you'll remember to listen better next time. Some say he wore them on his vest for a while. Some say he just kept them in the cupboard. Marno Lake. Now that's all alkali. Put your clothes in there for 2 minutes, they come out cleaner than the day you got them.
What's going on?
This damn book's gonna kill me, Orion.
Keep your heads down, kid! Is it Indians?
You don't hear whooping and hollering, do you? They're bandits.
What do they want?
What blazes do you think they want?
Fine, I take it all back. It's the handiest book I've ever seen. Get on off there! Get out of there! Unload! This here's a mail wagon. There ain't nothing of value on board.
You passengers, get on out! Now, Toothless here is not particular about what he shoots, so be sure you don't make any sudden moves. Empty them pockets and stand away.
Is this the kind of adventure you had in mind, Sam?
Looks a little different up close.
Hold it right there, mister. Let's see what's on the end of that chain.
It's an old watch.
Fish it out.
It's our daddy's watch. It isn't worth anything to you.
I'll be the judge of that.
Ah!
Your daddy's got right nice taste.
You friends must be new to the territory.
Been here a little.
Well, if you'd been here a while, you'd know that this is the wrong stage line to be robbing. Unless you don't know whose district you're robbing in.
Don't matter to me whose it is.
Because this here is Slade's district.
Slade?
Slade?
Yeah. Slade. And I suppose you boys have heard he don't take kindly to people robbing the stagecoach in his district. He tends to take it personal. And he's got a long memory.
Now, you tell Mr. Slade that nothing happened out here. That we just stopped you folks for some conversation.
I'll make sure he knows.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
This really Slade's district?
Ain't no doubt.
Strikes me this stage line has no plan for defense against this kind of mishap.
No defense? How do you defend against something like that out here in 100 miles of places to hide in?
There's got to be a plan against it other than hoping that the outlaws have heard of Slade.
Seemed to work pretty good. That's not a plan. We're all waiting to hear yours. It's this one, right?
That's right.
There you go.
Well, been a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Remember, You watch out for Sled.
I've been thinking, Orion.
On what?
All that talk on planning. I figure you got a point. I should set my sights on something and head for it.
Oh, I'm glad you're coming around.
I can't deny that so far I haven't amounted to much, or even wanted to.
So you might put your oar in someplace.
The question is what? I haven't hit on a particular talent.
Ah, there are a lot of things you're good at.
I'm good at gambling.
If practice has anything to do with it.
What about lying? I'm good at lying.
Well, let's see, gambling and lying. Anything else?
Do love my pipe.
Gambling, lying, and smoking. That leaves out the clergy.
There's gotta be something.
I'm sure we'll hit on it. The important thing is now you're gonna have your feet on the ground instead of dancing around any which way. To have a plan. That's the thing.
You're right. I see it now, all right?
You gents might want to wash up over yonder.
Where you fellers hail from?
Hannibal, Missouri.
Ain't never been.
Say, who you digging that grave there for?
Nobody?
Nobody died? You just digging a grave?
Sooner or later, somebody gonna fill it. I'm just trying to keep ahead is all.
They got some victuals set inside there, gents.
Come in. Come in, gentlemen. Pull up a chair. I hope you all like fresh venison, because other than biscuits and gravy and bacon, that's all we got. Other than coffee.
Well, that sounds better than our mama would fix.
Are you telling me that I cook like a woman?
No, I'm saying our mama could cook a ham a dog wouldn't eat.
Well, now, you ought not to talk about your ma like that.
Well, she's a good woman. But when she rings that dinner bell, boy, people scatter for miles around. Do you remember that special bread? The one she made for Christmas last year?
Broke this tooth right here on it.
The woman tries as best she can, though.
Yes, she does. She means well. Of course, she doesn't know the reason I left home was I was about to starve to death.
Just the same, a man ought to respect his ma.
Oh, I respect my mother. I truly do. You gotta respect a woman who could bake a cake any seasoned riverboat pilot would use as an anchor.
But she's still your ma. And any man that don't respect his ma ain't a man at all.
wagons are all changed over, Mr. Slade.
Something wrong with the gravy? I said, is something wrong with the gravy? Are you deaf? I asked you a question about the gravy. Something wrong? Doesn't taste like your maws, I hope.
No.
There is something wrong with it. This ain't no good. Are you lying to me?
No. I liked it. I thought it was good. Or maybe it wasn't as good as I thought, but... Or maybe I'm just not used to how good it's supposed to be, so I wouldn't really... There's a man out here wants to talk to you, Mr. Slade.
Slade! Get out here and face up! You ain't gonna have the chance to shoot me in the back.
Is that man disturbing you gents' suppers? Well, he's disturbing mine.
I ain't waiting all day, Slade. If you ain't got the stuff when you come out, you can bet I'm gonna come in there and settle up.
I won't be long. You gents, go ahead, finish up.
You surprised me, Slade. I thought I was gonna have to come back in there and pry you out like a scum off the bottom of a rock.
For a man who's going to be dead in a few minutes, you seem hell-bent to waste your last few breaths. I suggest a prayer.
I don't take suggestions from dogs who would kill a man who never even heard a rabbit. No pistol or nothing.
Come here and call me or talk me to death.
As long as you die, it don't make no difference how.
Cup of coffee before you go?
I'd like to, but you know, Mr. Slade, we gotta make our schedule.
I felt that I had cheated death that day, that another man had taken my place in that fresh grave. I'd looked into the eyes of death and I'd walked away. It was a disservice in many ways not to die at that juncture by the hand that killed so many with such small provocation. The same hand that had spared me. It must have given Orion pause. It hurt his argument that I had to seek direction, have a plan. For I had faced a certain demise with no ill effects, no wound. And in my youthful state, I sensed that I'd been protected by an unseen hand of fate, that I was special, that having survived a sure death, the gods had their eyes on me and would guide my footsteps. In short, I had been lucky. And that sense of luck equipped me with a protective armor of false belief. I could now go on my way unfettered by doubt, welcoming the unknown future without the fearful questions that plague most men. I felt my recklessness had been rewarded. It was a falsehood that was to be my beacon light for quite some time thereafter. And so on our 20th day out of St. Joe, we found ourselves riding down the main street of that dusty metropolis, Carson City. The main street of Carson City consisted of a row of little frame buildings that were too high to sit on and too low for almost anything else. And as we pulled up in front of the government office, I remember I felt my old resolve deepen to cast my fate to the wind, although I was going to have to pick my time carefully to discuss this with the secretary.
Come off the stage.
Just arrived. Good afternoon, Miss...
O'Flanagan.
Yes, I'm Orion
Clemens.
Yes, I'm the new
Secretary to the governor.
Yes. And this is my brother, Sam.
Afternoon.
I didn't know about your brother. You can take your things upstairs to one of the rooms when you have a mind. That's where the government is putting you up. You, anyways.
Is this where the governor stays?
No. The governor stays in the governor's mansion, which is across the way, when he's in town, which he is not at the moment.
Well, when do you expect him?
I never expect him. He comes and goes as he wants. That's why he wants a secretary. So there'll be someone here to take care of this and that.
Thank you, Miss O'Flanagan.
Are you looking for something?
Me? No. Nothing I'm gonna find here.
Is that the statutes book you've got there?
Yes, we brought it all the way from St. Joe. I was just saying to my brother, you can't run the territories without
The
a...
statutes book? That's true. That's why we have one here.
I must say, Orion, I got kind of used to traveling on our way out here. I'm just glad it's over.
Well, that's the difference between you and me. I'm gonna miss it. I liked all that moving around.
Oh, I got my job to do here.
Well, that's another difference between you and me.
There's work for you here.
I'm not sure it suits me.
Why not?
Well, it's unpaid for one thing. And you know, I plan to.
You figure on picking the gold up right off the mountains?
I'll bring you back some.
I'll be here.
And so it was that Orion and I parted company for a while. He was content to drop his anchor there, but my sails were full of obnoxious optimism. My hands were set to grasp all that would exceed my reach. My eyes were focused on the mirage provided by the imagination, designed to fool the intellect into believing the future is worth striving for. And that mirage sure was calling me on. Now, there's a popular tradition that God Almighty created Nevada, but if you chance to see it, you might think differently. It's an extreme kind of country. It's where I was able to withstand a serious brush with honest labor and where I learned about the dangers of obsession. The country looks something like a singed cat, owing to the scarcity of shrubbery. It tends to promote thirst. so I was happy to chance upon a trickle known thereabouts as the Carson River. For untold miles, I walked with the sun, until finally I chanced upon an oasis of civilization.
Welcome, stranger. Come on in. Sit yourself down.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anywhere you like, it's just fine. You hungry?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
Well, then you go on, son, and eat up. Where you heading?
I haven't got that quite figured. I'm hoping to strike it rich.
Doing what?
Well, I heard that you can go up in the mountains and just pick the silver and gold right up off the ground.
You heard that, did you?
Mm-hmm. But don't worry, I have enough to pay for this and a night's lodging.
No, that's all right. You keep what you got. Pay me when you get up there and find a few handfuls of gold laying about. Son, you're gonna have to gather yourself a grub stake.
Sure. Everybody needs that.
Wouldn't go prospecting without one.
Right. Who would?
This here will show you where to find all them minerals. Well, welcome back, gents. Shall I do the honors?
Ain't no call to be taking that ball away.
Oh, I wasn't taking it away, Mr. Arkansas. I was just exercising it for you.
I can do that myself. You just better get coming out here with some plates heaped up high.
Maybe we'll just start with this here morsel.
I'm gonna spill my drink, dang things!
Well, now you scared him.
I thought you weren't gonna bring them critters in here to the table no more, Snoot.
Where is he?
God darn vermin.
Did you see him, mister?
No, and I hope he didn't see me either.
Found him. Don't move. I do believe he likes you.
If you can't control that critter, maybe I'll have to show him the bottom of my boot.
No, he didn't do any harm.
I'll go put him up.
Looks like you sailors are having trouble getting along again. Understand you're gonna go hunting for minerals.
Thought I might.
You're gonna need a grub stick.
Naturally.
If you can belay that a while, I might be able to get you a berth on my survey crew here.
What exactly would I do?
We're searching out a route for the railroad, plotting elevations, obstructions, and so forth. It's honest work for a decent wage.
You mean a paying job?
The truth is, I lost a man a couple of weeks ago. I could use a replacement.
How exactly did you lose him?
Well, let's just say he got lost. You want the position?
Well, I could sure use some money.
Welcome aboard. You start in the morning, 6 bells.
Well, boys, looks like we got ourselves a new hand. What they call you?
Sam Clemens.
Well, Sam Clemens, you might want to join us in a friendly little game of poker we got going on around here most nights.
I don't know. I'm a little short on funds.
You ain't got to play if you don't want to. You can invite yourself out, Higby, if you don't want to.
Oh, that's just what I'll do.
Oh, well, now you're gonna have to play, friend. We need a 4. Well, like I said, I'm a little low on funds.
We may be willing to let you play with the wages you're gonna be earning.
It's just a friendly game.
I call. Don't crowd me, Cecil.
I ain't anywhere near you.
Don't tell me where you are. I can see you. And I said, don't crowd a man. Are you gonna do something or not?
I'll call.
Oh.
Looks like it's mine again.
Looks like you got a real talent for the game. At least he's got the guts to play.
Boys, don't matter to me what you do on your evenings, but I'm expecting every man Jackie on deck at sunup, ready to heave ho.
I've been cheated enough for one night.
Nobody's cheating you.
And nobody better never neither.
Ain't you seen the collection yet?
They sleep in here?
Sure do. Does that bother you?
Only if I want to get any sleep.
Ain't nothing I hate more than them things. Except losing at poker.
Maybe I'll just sleep outside.
Can do, if you've a mind. But at least in here, the critters are in jars.
Who started this flap?
Them dang blamed tarantulas!
They've all disappeared.
Get the place ship-shape. Clear the yard arms and be in the launch at sunup. Cecil, you're rolling with me today, and Arkansas likewise. Sam, you and Snood ship with Higby and triangulate northeasterly from that draw over there. Snood, take the rod. Come on, Sam.
Yeah, it looked like you were a little ahead of them last night.
Got a little lucky.
Yeah, I'll take luck day or night. Here we go. No, you're thinking of going prospecting for minerals.
I thought I might try my hand at it.
Yeah? You want to grab the logbook out of that bag there? With your luck, you just might have a chance. Of course, there is some work to it too, and you can't even get started unless you got a grub stake.
Don't I know it?
Yep.
Mind if I ask you a question?
I don't mind at all.
What's a grub stake?
Well, that's a pile of money you need to get the equipment and victuals so you can get up into the gold and silver country and live till you can strike your claim.
How much do you need?
I can't get away unless you got $200.
$200? It's gonna take me a long time working this job at $1.50 a day to get up to $200.
Yeah, I should know. I've been doing it for a year and ain't got there yet.
Are you a prospector?
Oh, nothing but.
Well, where have you prospected?
Well, I've been all over hell and gone. I came off the tail end of the Sutter strike, found enough to keep me going, and I ran out of the one thing I needed to continue.
What's that?
Luck. I ran out of luck. Can you write?
Yeah.
Write down 42 degrees. Now, fella with your luck might be able to win himself a grub stake in just a little while, playing poker with the boys.
They have that much money?
Arkansas does.
How do you know?
Because a bunch of it's mine. Here's the thing about Arkansas. You got what they call an obsession.
You think he's dangerous?
Well, you notice how the captain always takes him along with him.
Yeah?
Well, that's because that lost man he was telling you about, last time he was seen was with Arkansas, heading up over a hill to triangulate.
He killed him?
He says no, a feller just walked off, but, well, we did notice Arkansas had a bigger stake than usual to play with that night.
Well, I'm not gonna stay in the game if he's gonna kill me the first chance he gets.
How are you gonna get that grub stake?
Can't I just get away with what I got?
Well, it ain't smart to go up there unprepared. It takes $200. Now, I know where I'd go if I had the wherewithal. Oh, it takes some time to get there, but if I did, I know my luck would come back. Well, there ain't a day I don't wake up thinking about it. It's my destiny. I know it.
I'll tell you something, Higby. For a man to really feel the destiny inside him, to know himself like you do, that's the real luck.
Yeah, well, that kind of luck ain't worth nothing without the kind that gets you winning at cards or something. The kind that you got.
Maybe we could join our luck.
How?
Why don't you throw in with me?
I'd be happy to.
Good. How much you got?
Including this week's wages, I got $14. Yeah, I told you. Had a streak of bad luck. That's why I ain't in the game no more.
All right, here's a plan. After I win $97 more and get my grub stake, we'll throw in together. I'll buy us everything we need, and you can lead us to where you know the minerals are. We'll both get rich.
Sam, I knew you had greatness in you the moment I laid eyes on you. You got the destiny, too. I guarantee it. You're gonna be a millionaire. Now, I may not have the card luck right now, but I got the instinct, always. And I know, sooner or later, you are gonna be rich.
Hey, B, we're gonna take this money and we're gonna... I got less than half of what I want.
I bet you that Arkansas picked your pocket when we was cleaning up after the tarantulas. Now, don't go doing nothing stupid. There ain't no law nor court out here. Arkansas is used to killing, and you ain't.
Well, I can't just let him get away with it.
Then win it back at the table. Just remember one thing. Know when to quit.
Deal.
Got something stuck in your craw.
We ain't gonna play, I'm gonna bet.
We're playing.
Deal.
You're ready to lose.
Must be $50 in that one pot.
Stay out of the game if you ain't playing.
I'd say there's 50 anyway.
Don't count the pot till you got it won.
Let's see what we see. Oh.
Looks like the luck's mine tonight.
How much you got there, Sam, altogether?
Brings me up to about 210 all told.
Well, that's got a nice ring to it. $200. A lot of people would like to get out of the game when they reach a figure like that.
Believe that's just what I'll do.
I believe you ain't. Nobody's walking out of here with a pile that high on my money. Not deal. The sky is falling out there tonight. We're moving the livestock to high ground. Captain, best look to your kit.
Coming now.
Hurry. The river's filling up. It's gonna overflow a heap if it keeps up like this. Come on.
I'm going to pack.
I'm right behind you.
No, you ain't. You're gonna sit right there.
I better go see if the cap needs any help.
He don't. Sit down. Nobody leaves till I win my money back. And we're gonna use a new deck, too. I want to make sure I ain't getting cheated. Powerful good hand, Sam, but ain't good enough.
Getting kind of tired, Arkansas.
Unless you're tired of living, keep playing.
The water's gonna flood us out.
Come on, Sam, you're done with this game.
He ain't done till I say he's done.
He's done if he wants to be.
Thanks, Higby, but I better stay in the game. My luck's had a little hiccup.
You still got the 200.
I'm afraid he ain't. And I'm afraid he ain't gonna get a chance to win it back. Unless he keeps on playing.
I'm in.
Sam! Them cards are marked.
What? You calling me a cheater?
If you ain't, you switch back to that other deck.
Sure. Why not?
We're gonna drown in here soon.
I'm playing.
All right, then. Just want to keep the odds even. I'm going to find a captain.
I'm coming with you.
Me too.
Let's play.
5-card stud. Roll your own. Easy, boy. Easy, boy. Gotta get to the higher ground. Come on, boy.
Draw.
Well, that's quite promising. It's worth $10.
I'll see that 10.
Give the order to abandon ship! Sam is still in there!
That queen of clubs ain't gonna help your hand. I'll stake $20 on my pair of sevens.
Still another card left to come.
Hey! Are you boys crazy? Quit that thing! Get yourself to high ground! Come on, Sam, it's a flash flood! It ain't worth it! Get yourself out of here before you drown! Cecil and Snoot are already up on the ridge!
You got it as bad as him.
It's every man for himself! I'm climbing for the poop deck!
My pair's still winning. I'm all in.
Another card left to draw. Let's see my card. Pair of queens. Beats your sevens.
Damn it, Sam! Sam! Higby! Sam! Over here and reach for me! Higby! Come on, here! Come on! I got you!
I'd been lucky. More than the cards, I'd been lucky enough to survive something more deadly than Arkansas or the storm. I had survived an obsession. That peculiar kind of vision that's so strong, it blinds you to anything else, to reason, to safety, to everything.
I got the grunt steak! You got the makings of a first-rate fool, too!
So Higby congratulated me that night for living through the dark moments of obsession and coming out whole on the other side. We never knew what happened to Arkansas, but later I heard a story that a sea captain had managed to sail an entire hotel down the Carson River to the Colorado and into the Sea of Cortez, where he put it to shore on the beach at a place called Mazatlan. He made himself proprietor of the place and figured a nice living thereafter. Higby and I were anxious to get up to where our share of the gold and silver nuggets were. I was convinced that for a lucky man like me, they had waited patiently through the ages to be gathered like eggs from the hen. But first, we had to get our provisions. Well, we got those and something extra in the town of Lee Vining.
think on it again when you got some gold dust or silver or something.
Now, you've made a misenunciation if you're thinking that I can't pay for the drink I drunk.
Well, then pay up.
It's only a matter of timing.
I said pay me now.
Well, that's the timing I spoke of. Pay, I'm gonna, but right now I can't.
Mr. Balloon?
Is that you? Higby? Higby?
It seems that Higby and Mr. Ballou were old compatriots. They had worked the such and such mine and a which and wherefore mine, too. There could be only one word for this kind of chance reacquaintance, and that word was luck. Higby, having taken their reunion as a sure sign that our enterprise had been blessed with great fortune, immediately decided that Mr. Ballou should join the expedition.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, I'll take a paper.
We bought everything we needed, including horses, though Mr. Ballou said he had his own contrivance. I believe Mr. Ballou meant conveyance. Now, it might be mentioned here that Mr. Ballou had come late in life to reading and writing, and so delighted in using large words more for their particular sound than any particular meaning, which mattered little to him.
Higby, we might want to nose up towards Angel's Camp. It's ground of great infection up that ways.
Infection?
Infection or detection. It's the minerosity I'm talking of.
Higby's previous association with Mr. Ballou had evidently unlocked the secret in the old man's speech.
Angel's Camp's played out, but I know where God's planted a whole mess of minerals. I got an instinct for it. And there's an inn up yonder. Put in for the night.
Sleep in a real bed sounds good. Horses might use a rest, too. What's so funny?
These here are trail horses. Hardiest, most sure-footed beasts in creation.
Of course, none of them horses can stand in the same barn with my mule. Eugene here could pretty well take himself to anywhere short of climbing up a tree. Now, I ain't saying he can't, mind you. Just ain't never asked him to do it as yet. That's all.
How's Eugene at swimming?
Now, this stream don't look all that deep to me. We can get him across it.
Eugene can, but I don't know about them nags you all are riding.
Oh, this ain't nothing.
Yeah! Come on! Come on! Come on! Get it!
Oh, there he is!
Are you all right, Mr. Ballou? Ain't never been one for bathing.
Where's the horses?
I don't know. Let's get him out of here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I ain't going.
Get out of here!
We got all the grub here. Well, half of it anyway. Shy a little equipment, but not too bad off all in all.
Not too bad off. Most of the grub steak's gone, and what's left here is probably ruined.
Ah, you gotta expect a little adventure on a trip like this. Nothing to happen to go getting so upset about.
We all almost drowned.
Except for that.
Just a little compilation, that's all. Ain't no point going back if that's what you're getting at.
Not at all. First of all, the grub steak's all spent already, so it's not like we can go back and get more provisions. The fact is, the inn is just up yonder.
You said that back yonder.
Well, my instinct ain't changed. We're just a little further downstream because of that douse. But, Sam, it's your grub steak that we're drawing on, so if you want to go back, well, that's what we'll do.
You say that inn is just up there a bit?
Ain't no doubt about it. Down that path directly.
Don't recall no participation so late of the season.
Funny how everything looks the same in this snow.
Ain't nothing to worry about. We're doing all right.
Who said anything about being worried?
I was a-gonna if you weren't.
You were?
I am.
You worried?
You ain't?
Oh, fellas, where's your faith? When did I ever lead you down the wrong road?
Well, at the stream, you said we could just walk across.
Except for that. All right, Mr. Ballou, when have I ever given you bad advice?
Up there, course go.
No, I do seem to recall a little mishap. I never took you for one to hold a grudge.
Weren't your dog.
All right, fellers. My instinct is telling me that that inn is up yonder. If either you got a better road, out with it. Let's get on with it then. Yep. Those are tracks. Fresh ones.
That means we're on the path?
Yep. Can't be much further.
Tracks look fresh?
Yep. There's twice as many now.
Must be the whole militia here for rheumatism.
A what?
This kid. My God, these tracks are multiplied.
You think we're close?
Fellers, I'm afraid I ain't got good news. These ain't the tracks of no militia regiment.
Indians?
No, ain't Indians.
What?
Well, these are the tracks of our own horses. We've been going around in a big circle all afternoon.
We've been following our own tracks?
Yeah. Of course, we've been doing a pretty good job of that.
Now, ain't that just a perfect logarithm?
We're lost?
Lost? No. We ain't lost. I think the inn is That way. That way. Maybe. A ways. I guess my instinct ain't working properly. Must be the snow.
Better keep moving.
Let's go. Come on. Fellas, ain't no use going on like this. Might as well make camp right here.
All right, go start a fire.
The matches. They must have been in one of the packs that went downstream.
Check all the other pouches.
No luck.
I ain't never done it, but some fellas told me you could start a fire through the spark of a revolver.
How do you do that?
It's the last of the dry powder, boys.
Put in a full load.
Yeah.
Now get right down next to kindling and pull the trigger. And make sure you do it detectable.
Hunker down around, boys. Keep this wind out of here.
Don't shoot nobody. Never figured that Eugene for a runner.
Now what?
We better keep moving.
Higby! Mr. Blue, look! I found them in a hole in the lining of my pocket.
Prettiest things I've ever seen. Hallelujah.
All right. We got 3 matches. We each get 1 try. Mr. Blue, you go first.
Sulfuration.
Go on, Higby.
We'll get it.
Blast! All right, Sam. Your last hope.
Always been lucky. It's working. It's working.
Boys, this here is the dirtiest circumendibus I've ever did see.
I like to look on the bright side. But it seems we're done for. We're gonna freeze.
We're gonna die. Right here in this storm.
True is true. They say it don't feel like nothing.
What don't?
Dying by freezing. You just go to sleep, and when you wake up, you're dead.
I'd be happy to go to sleep. It's all the shivering that's keeping me awake.
I'm a man who takes responsibility for when he's wrong. And I gotta admit, this time I was wrong. I've killed us, fellers. I think it would be wise if we got our souls ready to meet our Maker. Lord, I renounce this vice of the demon whiskey. And even though I could sure use a good kick of this right now, I ain't gonna have none.
Well, if you ain't, I might.
As I want you to know, Lord, that even if I ain't lived such a perfect life, that, well, if I live through this and don't get froze, I'm gonna go a whole better road if I get more life to live. And just to show you I mean business, I'm done with liquor for good. And if you take me, Lord, I'm coming to you stone sober with a clear conscience. Except for that I'm sorry I brought these other two fellers here with me. Either you boys got anything you want to get off your chest? I'm beginning to feel a bit of a chill.
You think card playing is a sin?
Well, the way you do it.
It's the only thing's keeping me warm.
Well, it's her soul.
Lord, me parting with these old friends means anything to you about how I'd rather be up there with you than burning in hell. Well, the heat of damnation don't seem so harsh when all you can think about is getting warm. Well then, I'm thinking maybe I can do without them on my parsimony. Of course, I can't picture no heaven without them, but...
Sam, got anything you want to confess?
Well, I'm young. I haven't had all the chances to sin like you boys have. I might say I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to pay Orion back the money he laid out for the stagecoach, which I was going to do when we struck rich.
Well, he'll forget all about it once they find us froze.
You don't know him. I'd also like to say that though I never met the Lord myself, not directly, I hear wonderful news about him from my mother. She seems to be quite close to him, talking to him all the time, mostly about me. And that my smoking was just part of the mischief that caused her heartache. I'm truly sorry. I never amounted to anything like she wanted. So, Mama, I just want you to know that I quit the evil weed for good. Higby, I want you to know that I don't hold you altogether responsible for leading us into this mess.
I appreciate that, Sam. It means a lot to me.
I ain't so equivocational.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ballou. I didn't get us killed on purpose.
All right, then, as long as you don't do it again. I still ain't gonna forgive you for what happened to my dog.
Well, I'm sorry about that, too.
Well...
Bye, Mr. Ballou.
Bye, Higby. Bye, Sam.
Bye, Mr. Ballou.
Bye, Sam. See you over yonder.
So long, Higby.
Higby? Mr. Baloo!
Sam!
Are we alive?
I don't know yet. This could be heaven.
What is that? That's bacon.
No, it can't be. That is bacon. See? You stopped 100 feet short, is all. Instinct.
It was true. There in the dawn, we saw that inn was no more than 15 yards away, and the storm had been a freak fall. The snow had gone just as fast as it had come in.
Eugene, that was a darn foul trick.
Now, we figured the owners of those horses must have been lost in the storm.
Well, we thought we were dead. And then we figured we were alive, but now that we're here, I think maybe we went to heaven after all.
You all gonna stay a while?
Heaven goes on for eternity.
I ain't never seen snow so compulsory.
I ain't never seen you so scared.
Me? It's the first time I seen you throw whiskey that direction.
Hell, the Lord must have heard us.
Staying huddled together must have helped.
It usually does.
Yeah, better go check on the horses.
Well, I ain't doing nothing but breathe in and breathe out.
I think I'll go lay down. If I'm gonna live, I want to be well rested.
Something I can get for you?
No, I'm just looking for a place to nap.
Oh, well.
I'll be right back.
Well, Mama, it seems to me that if the Lord let me find my pipe and all this, well, then he wouldn't mind if I had a smoke.
Sam! Higby, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Ain't nothing doing nothing.
Me neither.
Well, we better make sure Mr. Baloo doesn't find out. The Lord might forgive us, but he never would.
Right.
Smoke a vision, Higby! You brought into my hat just when I was...
told you a little about promises, I suppose. You know, to promise not to do a thing is the surest way in the world to make a body want to go out and do that very thing. I tell you this story because I think there's an important question buried in all that snow, and it's more than just being sure you've got some dry matches when you go out into the cold. And the question is this: when is enough? When have you gone too far? And when have you not gone far enough? It's a hard question. Every road you go down, at some point you're going to say, is this leading to my destination, or am I just getting more lost? Well, you're going to have to find your own answer. Higbee believed in his instinct, and that's maybe the most important thing of all. Because though it almost got us killed, it did ultimately turn out to be right. It gave us direction, and without that, you might not start out at all. Now, you might be wondering if we ever did get to the business of mining, and I want to put your mind at rest. Because we did finally begin our trek in earnest. Thankfully, Orion gave us another grub stake. Eugene, bless him, had decided against the trip. We had re-outfitted ourselves handsomely. This time we bought ourselves a team of guaranteed horses from a respectable outfitter. We figured we needed such, not so much to haul our provisions up the mountain, as to help us to haul those riches we were sure to find back down. Soon it was apparent that the guaranteed horses had very little conviction for the trip. But we were too far from the town to turn back and too close to our rich futures to want to anyway. We kept on. Then we figured to save time, it would be best just to relieve them of any responsibility in the endeavor. We met some people while thusly configured. One of them suggested that we should put the horses in the wagon so they wouldn't have to tag along. But Mr. Ballou declined based on his belief that...
No, sir, I believe those horses might not be comfortable in so small a space with all the other baggage we got in there already.
So we went on as we were. Finally, it was determined that we had come to the right destination. So there in the clear mountain air, we set up camp and made ourselves right at home. Now, Higbee and Mr. Ballou, being old hands at prospecting, immediately took their pans and sluices and set about their task with admirable diligence. On the other hand, I had long anticipated being able to just pick the gold right up off the ground. Sure enough, that's pretty much how I found it.
Woo! Woohoo! Woohoo! We're rich! Gold! I found gold! Whoa! Come here, look at this! Look! Woo! It was just lying there, just like they said. I picked it up, just like they said.
Hey!
Oh,
yeah.
This is gold, isn't it?
Oh, this here is gold. But you found is fool's gold. Iron pyrite, ain't worth nothing.
Pretty good piece of that, though.
Oh, yeah.
Real gold usually takes a mite more work to get up normal.
It was just lying there
finding gold was going to be a bit more elusive than I had planned, and a bit more dangerous, too.
Hello. Hello. Good day. Lord have mercy. I did not expect to see another soul up in these parts. My horse threw me back a ways. Just able to grab my pack before she ran clean off.
You know, it's a shame dogs aren't big enough to ride.
Very true. It's a pleasure to meet a man of wisdom in the wilderness.
Hello.
I hate to ask you this, but I haven't eaten in a few days. And I was wondering if you had a camp nearby where I might be able to get some grub.
Oh, sure. It's just up this way.
Appreciate that.
Oh, my name's Sam.
And I'm Seth.
Good to meet you.
You too. Your old partner there reminds me of a man named Whiteman. He ain't. Sure he isn't. Sure, I'm glad I ran into you boys, I'll tell you that. Just on my way to visit my claim.
See how rich the ore was running? And your horse threw you.
That's right.
You found a rich strike?
Sure did. I'm set.
Well, you can stay the night and get on your way in the morning.
Truth is, I bruised myself a little. It's difficult to walk. I was hoping maybe I could rest up a few days.
You look like you walk all right to me.
Now, Higby, what's the harm? Mr. Seth here says he's injured. Least we could do is be neighborly, let him rest a while.
It's very kind of you, friend.
I'd counsel the other way.
For what reason?
Ain't everything got a reason?
Well, you sure don't. And as I recall, this is my grub steak we're eating. Or at least my brother's. And I figured maybe I should be the one to decide if he stays a couple days. So tell me, who's Whiteman?
Whiteman's that old man over there.
Him? No, that's Mr. Ballou.
Ballou? No, that's Whiteman. Saw him in Eagle Rock. He's supposed to have the map to the lost Mormon mine, with vein after vein of the purest gold. Don't even have to smelt it.
What are you talking about?
They're keeping a secret from you, my friend. Holding out a card.
Oh, they wouldn't do that. I mean, why would they?
You're the one with the grub stake. They need that. Once they find the mine, stake the claim, they don't need you anymore.
Hey, Sam. I figure I owe you an apology. And if Seth here wants to stay on until he's healed, then don't wrinkle me up none.
Me neither, nother.
Oh, you better get going. You're welcome to tag along if your leg is up to it.
Guess I might go, if we're not going too far.
All right, then.
I must say, friend, you really do resemble that man, Whiteman.
Well, looking like somebody ain't so special. For instance, I seen 100 just like you.
We don't seem to be getting anywhere.
Well, Seth here might want to take a turn at the hammer.
Well, you know, I'd like to do just that, but my leg has gotten so sore, and maybe I should have just stayed at the camp. That's not much of a hole for 4 hours' work.
This ain't bad.
Not bad at all. Tell me, your experience, you seen it go any faster?
Not much faster. A little faster.
Gentlemen, my figurement is we've come far enough for a bituminous experimentation.
What did he say?
Better move back here, fellas.
Wait, whoa.
Oh, that seemed to have healed. Probably would have run twice as fast as you put real gunpowder in there.
I did put in real gunpowder.
Run, boys.
Run!
Run!
I thought you were just gonna use flour. I thought we was just gonna flush him out.
Well, it looked like a pretty good sight to me. I figured while we was at it.
Flush him out?
Yeah. Seems some people figure me for this fellow Whiteman. Well, I ain't never been Whiteman. I figure I'm too old to be him now. I don't know him. I don't know his mind.
Every time we meet someone who thinks Mr. Ballou here is Whiteman, well, they take the hound on him. Can't get no peace. Are you all right? Can you walk?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's go.
Hey! Oh, glad you boys are back. Come on in. Did you hurt yourself, Sam? That's too bad. Because I'm going to need all the help I can get getting Whiteman here to give me the map to his mine. Or maybe I should say map of palpitation.
I don't believe that's a word. In any venue, I ain't got no map.
It's a waste of time. It ain't here.
It's because he ain't Whiteman.
Well, maybe I'll go take a look where you were doing your business last night.
There ain't nothing.
Search him.
He ain't got it.
Well, come on, let's go. I guess we'll settle for whatever's in the wagon.
So long, gentlemen.
Give me some water, Sam.
What is over there? That's where we hid the guns. Under a pile of branches.
Is he gonna be all right? Oh, he's lived through worse.
Come on! Move! Go! Forward! Move! Move! Go! Come on! Miserable!
Come on, I ain't getting killed over this.
Mr. Ballou needed to see a doctor, so we headed back. I had learned a little something about friendship. It's like the difference between fool's gold and real gold. The real thing is precious stuff and hard to come by. It takes some time to bring out.
How many you want?
Ballou and Higby wanted to go right back up after the old man healed, but by that time, I couldn't deny one simple fact. My luck was gone.
Thank you, gents.
And worse, I had the feeling that maybe I'd never really had any. I couldn't ask Orion for another grub steak. It seemed the right time to set off on my own to think about my future. I hated to leave Higby and Ballou, but at the same time, I wasn't any closer to my ambition. I was having trouble getting rich. Without my luck, I didn't know the next step to take. I wandered a long ways on my own. I wasn't quite sure where I was or what would become of me. When they were small, I used to sit with my daughters. We'd blow smoke bubbles out on the veranda, and they would marvel how the bubbles would float and giggle when they would burst. But I thought, how like life a bubble is. It's a beautiful thing. It floats for a little while, going where it will at the whim of the wind, and then it's gone. A little puff of smoke ascending to heaven. And just like I felt at that time, just drifting, fragile, waiting to burst into nothing, and maybe ascend to a heaven and be no more. I was tired. Too tired to care. I needed a rest from everything.
That's something, ain't it? Of course, I'm partial to these here roses myself. Well, you look like you could use a rest before you head on your way.
I sure could.
Well, come on inside then. We'll get you cleaned up. There you go. Come on.
I could wash up outside.
Oh, wouldn't hear of it. Come on, use the wash stand. That's what it's there for. Go on. Here.
Been a while since I've seen any soap.
Well, my wife likes for people to have the best.
Is this her?
Yes, sir. That's my Louise.
She's beautiful.
Inside and out. This is all her work. She made everything here, brought it in. She knows the ways of such things, the law of it, the how and the why. I pretty much just know the how, which I got from watching her. There you go.
Thank you.
So I'm saying, why not stay here for a few days? I mean, Louise is just off visiting her folks in Calaveras. She's going to be back Saturday, sure. I know she'd be disappointed if she missed a fine young gentleman such as yourself, so new out here from the States.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to impose.
Now, don't talk like that. Come on now. You just tell her that you're not going to be here. Go on now. See if you can disappoint a face like that.
I'd be obliged. Thank you.
There you go. You just holler if you need any help there.
Thanks, Henry. I think I'm winning it.
Hello, the cottage. Hey, Jim. How you be?
Right as rain. Pick up a stray?
Well, this here's Sam. I figured Louise would never forgive me if I let somebody leave here without her getting a chance to make civilized conversation. She'd say I wasn't being hospitable.
That's the God's truth.
Hey, I got a letter from her just the other day. I got it right inside here.
Bramble bush up and bite you?
Thought I'd better get myself presentable.
Well, you got a long way to go yet.
Here she is. And don't you know, she says to make sure to say hello to you.
She does? Calls me by name?
Mm-hmm. Make sure to say a special hello to Jim, because next to you, my love, he's the sweetest man living.
Fairest woman on the face of the earth.
Hey, why don't you come by Saturday night? She's going to be here around supper time. I know she'd love to see you.
Well, thank you kindly, Henry. I'll do just that. See you Saturday, then.
It's my oldest friend up here, Jim.
Seems like his egg's fresh.
Oh, that wasn't nothing. I've seen him eat a squirrel alive once. He prefers eggs, though. Louise loves to write poetry.
It's beautiful.
That first one there is my favorite. That one. Go on, read it out loud.
The evening sun reclines upon and pulls the mountains up for sleeping. With each day's end, our love extends through memories we're safekeeping.
Should have woken me up.
Oh, I didn't want to trouble you none.
Well, at least let me help.
Well, you can help me carry this strut over there if you want.
Right?
Right there. Thought I'd build Louise a gazebo. Got the idea from you. When you were looking at that picture, made me remember she was sitting in one when we had that made.
Sure she'll love it.
You've never been in love yourself, have you, Sam?
I don't guess so. How'd you know that?
Real love marks a man, changes him forever. I can see it on a man's face, something in the eyes. It's the mightiest thing in the whole world. It's like an avalanche. It just picks you up and carries you right along, rolling you head over heels. Times of darkness, it's a beacon of pure light.
Is this all right?
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. I just want to clean up this edge here, if you don't mind.
It's tomorrow she's coming back?
Yep, tomorrow. Tomorrow, sure as the sun is shining. She'll be walking right down that path there. We'll hear her singing grace in that sweet voice of hers. She'll be wearing that white dress that she loves so much. Her dark hair will be down around her shoulders where the wind likes to pull it. She'll be brushing it away from her eyes, walking that way she does, like she just might start skipping anytime she fancies. She'll have some treasure, some special package she'll bring back. And she'll be looking around the place, wondering what's changed. She'll be wondering where I am, but not worried. She won't worry. She knows I'm here, that I'd never leave. She'll be laughing, happy to be home. Sounds like a stream tripping over some stones, or first warm breeze that lets you know that winter's over. Spring has come. Spring has come.
Hello, the Connie!
Hello, Jim. How you be?
Good news, brethren. I stuck my beard in Sully's Creek, and 10 trout took it upon themselves to bite on it before I could pull it back out. Figured I'd bring a few on over to you, though I did eat one on the trip.
Well, that's real kind of you, Jim. I'm gonna smoke some of these up for tomorrow night.
And I was wondering, Henry, if you'd want me to bring over a few of the boys from the camp. Make a little party over Louise's homecoming.
Well, I know she'd sure like to see everybody.
Well, it's settled then. We'll be by. Handsome job on that lean-to.
Thank you. Couldn't have done it without Sam here.
Tomorrow, then.
My hair, stole my comb, but that's all right when I get home. She's a handsome, she's pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She's a courting 1, 2, 3, who's most tell me who is she? When Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are like her, sir. Thank you very much. So my true love finds her. Here she comes, it's light at school, rings up in the bell. Oh, Mooney says she loves, doesn't get the fellow with the road around. Now, Mama, when I go home, the boys won't be the girls alone. My hair is so much alone, but it's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is good at 1, 2, 3, please tell me who is she?
Well, boys, you done sung for your supper. Now I want you to come over here and eat it. It's all out.
Shouldn't we wait for Louise?
Oh, no. She'll be along soon. She wouldn't want a bunch of hungry men waiting on her.
Little refreshment, brethren? Huh? No, not that one, Sam. That's Henry's. Here's yours, Henry.
Well, thank you kindly, Jim. I swear you make better than city liquor.
Well, Henry, it won't be another month. We'll be wanting to put our traps out.
Yep. Another summer is gone.
All right, who's got another song in them?
Fare thee well to you, my own true love, for I'm sailing far away. I'm bound for California, but I know that I'll return someday. So fare thee well, my own true love, for when I return united we shall be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. I have shipped a Yankee sailing ship.
You see, Sam, Louise ain't coming home today.
She what?
Fact is, Louise left to go visit her folks 16 years ago. She was supposed to come back this Saturday, 16 years ago. Henry don't know what happened to her. We figure she got killed by somebody. We hope the Indians didn't get her.
She left 16 years ago?
They'd been married about a year when it happened. We looked everywhere for her, month after month. And then it hit Henry she wasn't coming back. Shook him to his bones, like a pox. Didn't eat for 2 weeks. Got cold, and he got a fever. I thought he was gonna die. But finally, he came out of it. He seemed fine. Till the first anniversary of her homecoming. And then he started in on how she was coming back that Saturday. Pulled out her last letter, same one you heard him read, just like it was sent a month ago. Started fixing up the place, just like she was still living here. He's been doing the same thing every year. Does a little painting or building. This year was the lean-to. Last year did the shutters. And that's when we bring over the fixings for a party, just like she was about to arrive. I make it a point to drug Henry with some laudanum I keep just for the purpose. Otherwise, he couldn't take it. This way, tomorrow he'll wake up. He'll be fine for another year. Fact is, that dream's the only thing that's keeping him alive. So nobody says nothing. Because the whole thing has made Henry special. Even though it's a lie, she'll be coming back. Dream's so pretty, you feel privileged to be dreaming it with him.
You sure you don't want to linger a little longer? You're certainly welcome.
I should move on. But I really want to thank you for putting me up.
Pleasure was mine.
You're a lucky man, Henry.
Don't I know it? I think I was wrong about you.
How's that?
I think maybe you have been in love. Travel safe.
The dreamer's valuation of a thing lost, not another man's, is the only standard to measure it by, and his grief for it makes it large and great and fine, and is worthy of our reverence in all cases. But as I walked on, I knew that I could not allow myself to be caught up in such a dream, pretty as it was. It stopped Henry from moving. It wrapped him in the warm blanket of remembrance from which he would not escape. Well, I needed more than a dream for myself, but it woke me up my time with Henry. It told me that this dream of striking it rich was nothing more than that, a dream. I needed to find something else, something real. But what?
Welcome to Virginia City, Sam. Eat up.
Higby! Mr. Ballou, what are you doing here?
Well, I must confess, a rich mineral strike is something we ain't quite given up on yet. Mr. Ballou figures he knows where we can find it hereabouts.
We got ourselves reconciled in a nice little cabin down the hill. Any room for the likes of you if you ain't otherwise profracted?
As a matter of fact, I'm between profractions right now.
All right, then. Finish up your supper, come stay with us. Good little spot just down here, tucked away from the wind.
Is that Eugene?
We made up. But don't say nothing. He's still tenderized about it.
We built the place from scratch.
You might have used a little less scratch and a little more wood. Aren't there enough rocks outside? What do you bring them in here for?
Well, Mr. Ballou has been studying the rock in hereabouts.
It seemed to me the thing to do is to get notable with the rocks from all the shafts around here. And then when we go out excavating, I can theorize our chances in case I run into some likewise looking ore from a mine of shielding.
Well, give him a test, Sam. Well, he can tell you which shaft every one of them rocks come from just by looking at it.
All right. How about this one?
Can he be mine?
Well, he's right. He knows them like a mama hog knows her babies.
We've been going day packing. You know, looking around and coming back. We ain't found nothing yet. I got a feeling we're close. I ain't never been so sure of nothing in my life.
You ought to come with us, Sam. Well, we could sure use your luck.
No, I'm done prospecting. I thought I might try the big city. Go over to San Francisco as soon as I get the passage.
Oh, if that's what you want. They're always looking for fellers at the quartz mill. You could put a fare together there pretty quick.
That's where they crack the ore from all the mines around here and reclamate the gold and silver.
Well, I just might do that. Excuse me. I was told you're hiring?
Always hiring.
All right. How about hiring me?
It's hard work here. I don't know if you got the makings for it.
Well, I work the Sky Mine in Gold Hill.
Never heard of it.
Well, that's because I worked it so hard and so fast that it got played out before anybody even knew it was there.
But if that's the case, you can start right now. $10 a week. All right, now, take these shovels and move this pile of sand to there.
Why?
Because that's what I told you did.
Why'd you give me 2 shovels?
Well, the way I figure it, any man who worked the Sky Mine like you did is going to wear one of those out right quick. So I give you 2, so you don't have to stop when that happens.
Sam. Sam. Sam.
What?
Tomorrow, if you think on it, try to obfuscate a couple of samples of ore from the Wild West mine for the collection.
Or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the richest I ever seen. Like to see if it's still running that way.
If I live.
It's made me remember why I hate regular work. One, it's regular. Two, it's work.
Be 2 bits, gents.
I'd like to start a tab, please.
Sure, if you got a job.
Well, I'm holding up a shovel over at the quartz mill.
Under what?
Oh, well, since I'm ordering 2 drinks, let's say Mark Twain.
What's that mean?
On the river where I come from, it means safe water. 2 fathoms under the keel.
Safe water. Mark Twain.
What's that about?
Newspapermen from the Enterprise.
Newspaperman, huh?
Doesn't look like they're working too hard.
One of the few jobs you can do while sitting in a saloon.
Hey, now.
Now. Don't go ruining their fun.
And ruin mine.
Just get at it.
You want to tell me why this pile of sand is here and not there?
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking you should be working.
Well, I'm thinking about a way you might improve how things get done around here.
Well, I'm thinking the only way of improving things is by improving the work habits of your workers. Now, do your thinking with that shovel.
Ain't.
Is.
Ain't.
Is.
Ain't.
Is.
Ain't.
Is. Here he is. Ask him yourself.
What?
Mr. Ballou is saying that this rock couldn't be from the Wild West.
Well, if that's the rock I brought you last night, it's from the Wild West ore wagon.
This ore is from the Wild West. This ore ain't. And there ain't but one way to find out neither. I'm saying that ore didn't come from that mine.
And I'm saying we're not going to get through them tonight to find out.
Shh.
Thinking again?
Yeah.
Hit on any improvements yet?
No. But sometimes it helps if I actually sleep on a problem and let my slumbering mind work on it.
Well, I know my experiences can't match yours, but I do know one thing. Unless you stand up, and stand up a lot closer to that shovel, and move some sand with it, you're gonna find yourself moving right on out of here.
I gotta quit that mill job.
It's hateful labor, but how else you expect to get to San Francisco?
True.
Sit!
Hey! Can a man have a drink in peace?
Right, all right. No harm done.
Hey! Why'd you write about that? Man can't have a drink in peace after an honest day's work? It should be a protest.
If you're so offended with the manners of the citizens of our fair city, why don't you write a letter?
Maybe I will. And then I'm gonna say that it's well known the Constitution guarantees a man life, liberty, and the pursuit of a drink and peace and quiet after a hard day's work. And these brawls and fistfights are irresponsible acts that the founding fathers
Excuse me. What is it? Can't you see I'm working here?
Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'm Sam Clemens.
What do you want?
Well, I took your advice. I went ahead and wrote a letter myself about the way people fight and so forth in the bars.
Let me see it. You want to give this to the editor. You can leave it on his desk there.
But you might want to add one thing.
You didn't sign your name.
Oh, must have forgot.
And you might want to come up with another one.
Another name?
Like me. My real name is Will Wright. I use the name Dandy Quill for protection. Just in case you write something that someone doesn't take too kindly to and you need to leave town.
See what you mean. Thank you.
Sam!
Come on.
Look here. I got him from that Indian who lives in that cave down by the creek. He said he removed his stinkers.
We're gonna make it look like he's gonna squirt.
Got him from the Indian. Said he removed his poisoners.
You just brought the Indian. He could have removed the guards.
Get him up there.
Run! He's fixing to burn!
Okay. Make sure the Indian gets these critters back. He said if he didn't, he was going to remove something of mine. Fellas, get up! Get up!
What is it?
We're millionaires, boys! Millionaires!
What are you talking about?
I went down to Wild West Shaft. I knew that ore didn't come from the vein down there. And sure enough, I saw the ore that you brought in, Sam. Not from the Wild West, but in a blind lead.
What's a blind lead?
Blind lead. It's a ledge of ore that don't come out on the surface. It's an offshoot of the main ledge. It's got its own markings and casings, and it's got to be filed for by itself or it ain't legal.
Ain't nobody made any such claim.
So nobody knows it exists except us.
And so it had finally happened, just like I always knew it would. We were rich. I just reached out and picked that sample of ore right up just like gathering eggs from the hen. Now all we had to do was work the mine sometime in the next 10 days after the deed was filed, and it would be all ours, forever.
I'm going to Europe. A month.
Month? Month ain't nothing. A man of your means should go for a couple of years. Can't see nothing in a month.
That's right. I'll go and just stay. See Rome and Italy, France. You know, the girls in France, they dance on stage in just their underwear.
That's so?
That's what I heard. Of course, I gotta pay Orion back for all the help he's given me.
I am going to San Francisco. Buy myself a house up on Russian Hill.
There ain't no use buying a house up on a hill.
Why not?
Well, then you gotta walk up and down the blame hill to get anywhere.
Oh, I ain't gonna walk. I have a team of horses and a carriage. A driver with a uniform, too.
You gonna have a man drive you?
If I want.
Now that's living.
What about you, Mr. Blue? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Me and Eugene been prospecting so many years. We'll probably just keep at it. Or maybe I'll get me a new dog.
Fellas, if you don't mind, I'll meet you at the claim. I won't be long.
Sure. We'll see you there.
All right.
You want a what?
With all the thinking I've been doing for the mill, I think a raise is in order.
Well, I don't want to dissuade you from asking, but most people want to get through their first week before they ask for a raise.
But those people probably haven't been doing the thinking for you that I have.
No. But they have done a fair share more honest working.
Well, it all depends on what kind of employee you want here.
This is a mill that pounds rock. That'll give you some idea. And if you work real steady for, I don't know, 3 months, you can get yourself an extra $1 a week.
No, that's not what I had in mind.
What did you have in mind, Sam?
I figured $500,000 a week, but I don't want to be piggish. $400,000 will do it. Because you and I seem to get on so well.
Seems a little high.
Well, you see, that's what I'm going to be making at my new job. So I thought I'd give you a chance to match it.
So what's your new job, Sam?
1/3 owner of Millionaire Mine. My partners and I found a blind lead off the Wild West. Maybe we'll let you smelt our ore. I believe this is yours. That's him. Sam? Sam. Are you Sam Clemens? That's right.
Your brother Orion, he's got the fever bad. He sent me to fetch you.
Orion?
Come on.
Dear Higby and Mr. Ballou, got word Orion is ill. Gone Carson City. I promise to do my share of the work and more when I get back, which I hope is soon. Your partner, Sam.
Orion.
I'll get some fresh water. We have to keep him cool.
No. No. No.
Orion? Hold on, Orion. Missile Flanagan!
Keep him still!
Be all right. It's gonna be all right, Orion. Get his legs.
Tie his hands.
I got it. Call a doctor.
Get them out!
It's all right. You're gonna be all right.
The doctor said we were doing all we could do, but my brother still wasn't getting any better. I began to wonder if he ever would.
Well, I was gonna save this good news until you got better, but why wait? You might just hear this and get so excited that you come right out of that fever. The fact is that I struck it rich. Higby, Mr. Baloo, and me. I was always lucky. Mama was right. I made good, Orion. With that money, I'm gonna visit all the capitals of Europe. But before I go, I'm gonna visit Mama down in Hannibal. That's right. And I'm gonna buy her anything she wants. I'm gonna pay you back too, Orion. For the grub steak, for the passage out here. We don't have our money yet, but that's just a formality. I left Higby and Baloo there to work the claim while I came down here. When I get back, I'm gonna spell them. The money's just gonna be flowing. But you don't think about that now. It's time for you to get better. It's time for you to get better.
Sam? What are you doing here?
Thank you. Be careful now, it's hot.
Well, I better get going. Otherwise, Higby and Baloo will never forgive me. I'd give you passage for a stage if that doctor hadn't charged me so much for you saving my life.
It seems kind of silly for a millionaire to have to walk all the way that I do.
Seems like you walked out of here the same way the last time I saw you.
Well, at least I can say money hasn't changed me.
You know, I had this dream when I was 6, Sam. I dreamed you were traveling the world.
That's what I was telling you while you were sleeping. Now I'm gonna travel with some of the money. After I pay you back, of course.
Oh, I know you'll pay me back. I'm not worried about the money. Funny thing about this dream was, and I remember this feeling so clearly. I was so proud of you, Sam. I remember feeling so proud that you were my brother.
Take care of yourself, Orion.
I will. You too.
I will.
Higby, Mr. Ballou, did you get my note? I hope it didn't perturb you too much, but I figure I worked twice as much when I got back.
No, we got your note, Sam.
Oh, good. 'Cause I don't want any misunderstandings.
We just got it. Right now.
Right now? I wrote that note more than a week ago.
10 days. Same time we wrote your note.
Your note?
It's gone, Sam.
Mine?
Exactly.
Mine, the millions, it's gone.
How?
When we left you 10 days ago.
I went to talk to the foreman, and then I got news that Orion was sick and he needed me, so I...
And we went off to work the claim.
Right. And I was gonna come right back.
But on the way to the claim, an old friend of Mr. Ballou's told us about a surefire strike up at Fingercrest.
But we had our mine.
Yes, but we knew you were coming back directly to work it. And I knew my luck had come back real strong, and you gotta ride the streak while it's streaking.
Stupid aggression.
So we went off with those fellers, knowing we'd be back shortly. We left you that note telling you about it. And we didn't see your note till now when we got back. Oh, 3 hours ago. Our 10 days was up.
Well, so what? Well, we should go right back now and refile right now. Let's...
Sam! 3 hours ago, the claim was up for grabs. Someone else grabbed it.
But who? Who could have known about it? I mean, we didn't have a chance to tell anyone. Except for the foreman at the quartz mill.
There is a numbness of limbs that sets in when a man receives such a blow. When he realizes his demise is of his own making, the eyes and the mind are fogged by a dust made of broken prospects and dreams gone dead. It was in such a state that I walked along those streets that day.
Drunk?
Sam? Sam Clemens? Sam! Sam! Come on up here. This is him, Joe. This? Well, I've been looking for him for over a week.
You write this?
What about it?
It's good. It's real good. In fact, I'd like to give you a job on the paper, Mr. Mark Twain.
A job?
Writing. Here, for the Enterprise. Pays $25 a week.
$25?
That's right.
Whoa!
Daniel.
Give him air! Give him air!
It's all right, boys.
I'm rich.
So it was I found my calling. I took the long way to it, I suppose, but maybe that was the only way there was to it. It's part of the mysterious adventure of your life. Because that's what it is, an adventure where things happen when you least expect them, and often while you're doing something entirely different. There are 1,440 minutes in every day, yours to use as you see fit, to wander, to learn, to waste, to build. We didn't make this world, but maybe we can make it a little better than it was when we came into it. It's all up to you. Be optimistic about yourself, about your talents, about your calling. Put all your eggs in one basket and watch that basket. So now, before I embarrass my own daughter Susie any further, let me say finally, congratulations on your graduation and good luck with your lives.